Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, folks, despite the wind and some warmer temperatures, there's still some ice out there on some of these lakes. Now, some have fishable ice and others don't. And honestly, it's changing day by day, positively and also negatively. So what it comes down to, again, is safety, and we'll talk about that in Todd's Tackle Tips. But some of the lakes up there, especially along and north of Highway 14, a lot of the smaller lakes and sloughs have anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of ice on there, depending on where you go. And again, that ice thickness is not uniform across that entire body of water, so you have to take that in consideration. But you get south of Highway 14, a lot of the lakes in that are covered, but again, the ice thickness varies dramatically, so I would really recommend caution, especially in areas to the south of Highway 14. As far as fish are being caught, there's some crappies and even some perch and even a few walleye being caught around the area. And you know, those lakes are, again, probably can't handle the pressure. So the main thing is just keep on looking around and searching for those lakes that you know that the ice thickness is safe enough to walk out on. And then the only other news as far as fishing report is concerned is the Missouri River continues to do really well. Whether or not you're talking about still fishing from boat or from shore, guys are catching all kinds of really nice sized walleyes using jigs and minnows, also even pulling plugs if you can believe it, and then also using crappie rigs right from shore. So it's been really a nice stretch of weather out there and a nice stretch of catching fish along the Missouri River the past week. In this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about safety, because I know a lot of people want to get out there and scratch that ice fishing itch, and some have already been doing it, as we talked about in the previous segment. But we want to make sure you're using common sense and also doing this safely. What do I mean by safely? Well, I want to make sure you have the proper safety equipment when you go out in the ice. First thing I always recommend people, especially this time of year, is don't go out by yourself and don't go out after sunset. It's very tough to see that bad ice during the daylight, and during the nighttime after sunset it makes it even more impossible at that point in time. To have another person along with you is also a good idea, because of the fact they can help pull you out if you do fall in. Now, how are you going to get out if you do fall in? One of the first things you should always have around your neck is a pair of floating ice picks. These things are going to be a lifesaver to help pull yourself out of that lake at that point in time. So always have these around your neck where you can get to them, and hopefully you don't have to need them anytime this year. The second thing is, this is where it comes really handy, is a throw rope. To have that with the second person to be able to throw that rope out to you and pull you out of that hole safely and quickly. So again, these are two quick things that you can have, inexpensive things when you compare to your price of your life. And the third thing would be a spud bar. We talked about that last week. A spud bar runs anywhere from $19 to $40, and all it is a heavy weight that you can put out in front of you and just chip away at the ice. And if it goes through, then you know you need to stay away from that area. So it's an easy thing to help protect you and help keep you away from that bad ice. But the only thing that's going to keep you away from that bad ice also is your common sense. If you've been around that body of water before, you know some of the areas that are a little bit warmer or have weaker ice than what the other areas of the lake are. Use that common sense to keep you safe throughout the entire summer. If you have some questions, don't hesitate to stop by a nearby bait store like ourselves here at Dakota Angler and stop and ask about that lake and about some of the trouble spots that we or someone else may know of. And now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd@DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And folks, before we end this week's report, I want to remind you of a couple of things. First off, check out the new apparel. We got some new Dakota Angler hats with our new logo on it, as well as sweatshirts and t-shirts, only available here at the store. Stop on by and take a look at the new logo wear from Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls. The second thing is Black Friday. This Friday, folks, we're going to have some unbelievable deals that you're only going to find here at the store. Some doorbuster deals, again, that are too great, too good to be able to announce anytime before that. So again, make sure you stop on by here at the store at 1120 East Benson Road here in Sioux Falls for our great Black Friday specials. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on. We'll see you next time, and again, thanks for watching.